What up, everybody? This week has been a very busy week with work and movies, so I've been really trying to get these reviews out for you guys. Really appreciate all the support I've been getting. I ended up watching Evil Dead 2. I don't know if you guys saw my review in the movie theater. Yes, I've seen the first one, and I've seen Army of Darkness, and I've seen Evil Dead Rise. So that left one movie out that I have not seen, and I was hesitant to watch it because number one, it was a remake of the original Evil Dead that we all love, and I did get the ending of the movie ruined for me on YouTube in the comments section. So for the longest time, I just I kind of convinced myself to forget about the ending, and then I completely forgot about the movie as months went by after Evil Dead Rise came out. And then last night, I thought to myself, you know what? I haven't given this movie a shot. I'm not gonna judge it just because it's a remake. There's a lot of remakes that are done good, so I gave it a shot, and boy, oh boy, am I happy I did. Um, what was I gonna say? I didn't think this movie was gonna be as good as people said it was, and like I said, I got the ending ruined for me. But thank God when I was watching it last night, I didn't have, any spoilers. I completely forgot the ending, which was nice because that kind of would have ruined the movie for me a bit. But overall, if you have not seen this movie, it is a must watch. I won't even say you have to be an Evil Dead fan. If you're just a horror fan in general and you like blood and you like that grittiness, this movie is perfect for you. The characters, some of them aren't really in the movie that much, but for the most part, we get only 4 or 5 characters, and they're really easy to juggle. The movie's only an hour and a half. The pacing is perfect. It goes by so fast. All the characters have just enough development to make you want to care about them. I think the premise of the story is fucking awesome. It's simple, but it's really good. The sister, I forget her name. They're basically taking her to the cabin out in the woods so she can go through her withdrawals and stop being an addict to heroin, crack, meth, whatever it was. She was a druggie. So that alone was really cool. Evil Dead Rise, they did something different with the plot. Instead of being in the cabin, they did it in more of like a high-rise apartment building. That was really cool. I just think this movie execution is so much better. I think Evil Dead Rise had good setup, but I thought the execution was pretty bad. And we actually got a lot more time to spend with the characters in Evil Dead Rise compared to here. But like we still got developed characters in that movie, but I didn't like them. I don't know why. I think it was because they were just kids. I don't know what it was. Here they're full grown adults, and it's a lot more believable, and it's just more fun to watch. I don't want to watch kids getting killed. That's not what I watch movies for. So Evil Dead Rise is definitely near the bottom of the list. It's not a terrible movie, but this movie, Evil Dead 2013, I should call it. The blood in this movie looks amazing. The cinematography is great. The soundtrack, or the score, sorry, is awesome. When you have only 4 or 5 characters and you know that 1 or 2 of them are going to be kind of like whatever, everyone plays a very like a pivotal role. We have doctors, we have nurses. So like if one person gets taken out and you don't really feel like they got enough development, you still kind of feel like, oh shit, that person's dead. Well, if the doctor dies, I mean, what's gonna happen, because she knows how to patch everybody up. So everyone brings something to the table, even though the 2 girls, the black girl, I don't remember her name, and the blonde girl, I don't remember her name. They're not in the movie for that long, but they have enough to bring with them to, you know, to get killed off so fast. It was worth it because they bring something to the table, if that makes sense. Just a really good story that I was surprised how well they did it in an hour and a half without making it feel rushed or anything. It just felt perfect. Um, I could go as far as to say this actually might be my favorite Evil Dead. I love the ones with Bruce Campbell, but I've always wanted something more, and this movie gave me exactly what I wanted. Not too over the top. The third act in this movie is so below scale, it feels, but it's so good. I love Evil Dead 1 and 2, not much 3. I love Bruce Campbell. Sometimes I think we can, like, I know the comedy is what makes Evil Dead, but I'm happy they didn't go with the comedy here because we don't have Bruce Campbell. So just going the route that they did, just straight horror, I'm 100% down for. Evil Dead Rise did a good job with that and setting the tone, but I don't think they executed it as well as this movie. The kills in this movie are disgusting. Honestly, it's not even a kill, but the part that fucking creeped me out the most is when the girl gets possessed and she gets stuck in the woods and she gets tangled in the fucking tree. I'm not even gonna go any farther. You guys know what happens. Like, there is just some really good original ideas I never seen before. I remember when this movie came out in 2013, and I just didn't care to watch it. I already knew about Evil Dead. I had the games, but I remember like The Cabin in the Woods came out, that movie, and I think this movie came out in like a year or two apart. And I was like, oh, get out of here with this. You know, I just thought it was like completely recycled garbage. The trailer was really good for this movie, and I was like, doesn't mean the movie's gonna be good, but it was. I would give it a 10 out of 10 just because of how much I liked it. I don't have any complaints, really. There's only one stupid decision that somebody makes. I don't know if it costed them their life, but I'm not really going to go into it. It's something that has to do with the blonde girl. But other than that, there's really nothing to nitpick here. This is just a good hour and a half movie with a great story, great characters, great blood. Fuck. What else could you ask? Like, what more can you ask for from a horror movie? I was a bit, thinking, I was like, is Bruce Campbell going to show up as a cameo and, do that kind of thing? But they don't. And I'm kind of happy that they never made a sequel to this and they went with Evil Dead Rise, even though I don't like it too much. A lot of people wanted a sequel to this because how it ends. The girl that is having these withdrawals, she's fighting this battle. She goes there. Everyone else dies. She's the demon. She gets unpossessed and she makes it out alive because her brother helped her out. The chemistry between her and her brother is really good. And she ends up leaving. And everyone's dead. And she's the reason why everyone's there in the first place. So a lot of people just wanted a sequel because, it just shows her, walking away. So people want to know what happens next. And to me, a lot of good movies don't need sequels. Not every movie needs an answer. I can take that final scene with her walking out and just leave it at that. I don't need a sequel. And if I did, I don't think it would be as good as the first one. So just be careful what you wish for when it comes to sequels. Hopefully they don't, after Evil Dead Rise, if they do make another one, I kind of hope they go back to this tone. This tone had more of a grindhouse, Terrifier feel, just disgusting. And just like Saw, just gritty, just nasty. And I felt Evil Dead Rise was more of a polished version of this. A beautiful, more looking version. They tried to be a bit gritty, but here, the direction and everything, and how they did it with the film green, so much better. Evil Dead Rise kind of feels like it's trying to just get off the success that this one did with that same kind of tone, and it just didn't work. And I watched Evil Dead Rise before I watched this, mind you, so I don't know. I don't think any of these movies are bad. I think they're all fun. All of them have something to, like you can go watch them at any time. They're pretty digestible, other than all the blood. But it would be nice seeing Bruce Campbell make a comeback. I never finished Ash vs. Evil Dead. I heard it got canceled. But I don't know how that show leaves off. But I hope, like, one day, if Ash vs. Evil Dead doesn't come back, which I'm sure it won't, people made that pretty clear on Netflix, I really hope he gets a bit of closure. I don't remember how Army of Darkness ended, but I don't think it ended with him getting closure and just going to live a life. We never got to have Bruce Campbell have really any emotional moments. We never got to have any, like, just connecting moments. You had the comedy and you had the action, but you never could, like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, not everyone wants that from these movies. They just want to watch them and have fun. But if just one day, if we could get that, that would be nice. And that's what I like about the newer Evil Deads. They flesh out the characters more, and then they throw us into the carnage. Going back and watching the old ones, I don't think they've held up the best, but they're still fun to watch. So overall, that is my review of Evil Dead 2013. I really, really enjoyed this movie. Completely blown away by it, and I'm so happy I gave it a chance. And I didn't listen to, IMDb. They gave it a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10! They gave Evil Dead Rise, like, higher. But, like, god damn, this movie is just a better movie. Evil Dead Rise is not terrible, but this movie is just so well put together. The third act doesn't feel like it's drawn out. It's a perfect Evil Dead movie to me. And I did not think I was going to sit here and say, this is my favorite of the franchise, but I think it is. I got to go back watch Evil Dead 1 one more time, but I think this baby takes the cake for sure. So I'm going to do a ranking tonight, and I'll have a video for you guys tomorrow. Friday, Spider-Man 2 comes out. Can't wait for that. Thank you guys so much for all your support. We're at 180 subscribers. Let's get to 200. I would really appreciate it. Love all you guys. Take care.